Hi, I'm Masha, and today I invite you to sketch with me London scene with beautiful buildings and a bit of river. For my sketch, I will be using a pencil, watercolor brush, second watercolor brush, which is a bit smaller and can help me with the details, my ink pen, which is filled with grey waterproof ink. I will be using a set of watercolors. This is Wanderlust palette. This is how it looks when it's new and haven't traveled a lot yet. These are the colors that inspired me for this sketch. Let me show you my palette. I will be using burnt sienna, rose ashes, and of course the mix of two. I will be using also a bit of Curtis pink mixed with burnt sienna to have a bit more red-brown color and to shift my burnt sienna a bit to this reddish tone. For greens, I want to use Masha's green and I'll mix it with a bit of burnt sienna and Gerda's pink to have a bit of more muted yellow greenish tone. And for the light shades, I will be using Peach Blossom, which is almost white with a bit of this red, orange, pinkish tone, and a bit of Asphalt for my shadows. Asphalt is ultramarine blue with burnt sienna, so it makes the palette look very well put together. Now it's time to find my composition. Usually I make a small thumbnail sketch to understand how I would like my sketch to look like. It's a very quick and very approximate image of what I would like to see. In this scene, I was fascinated by different geometries and different lines and different patterns that buildings make. So this is something that I would like to explore. So this is the basic sketch of forms. Now I want to add a bit of color to understand how and what I will be using. As you can see in front, we have this red, brown, rose ashes building, then a gray building, and then we have St. Paul, which is very light. I like to work with limited palettes, so most probably this is something that I will be using. And of course a bit of river over here as well. When I look at this composition, it feels a bit too heavy. So I think I will make everything a bit smaller and leave a bit more white space and shift my composition to the right, just to leave a bit more white. So I will make it smaller and shift it to the right. We'll see how it turns out. When it's done, I begin my line drawing. I try to work building to building, pattern to pattern. This is quite a meditative process for me. As you can see, I'm not very precise, but I still try to keep the rhythm and the main shapes and the main buildings. Here, of course, the star is St. Paul. When my line work is done, it's time to add some colors and to add some watercolors and some washes. I begin with the main brown color and then I work through with my first wash. The day was cloudy, so I don't have a very distinct shadows, but still I add some volume and some darker spots. For the water of the river, I used almost dry brush and the mix of colors that I have in my palette. trying to play with the reflections of the buildings. Just like this. When my sketch is dry, I take the pencil and add some darker elements. I add some shadows, I ground the buildings, I add some more rhythm, etc. I just play around now with the pencil. At this last stage, when everything is completely dry, I add some elements that lack. Here I understood that I would like to see some buildings which are far away. For this I use a bit of ultramarine blue and a bit of asphalt to show this air perspective. I incorporate this color in the background. I also add a bit more intense asphalt to add shadows, some details, and to work on those trees, windows, and all those elements that got me interested in this scene in the first place. Just some depth, and I'm very careful to actually stop and not overwork the sketch. And just like that, it's done. I thank you for joining me and see you next time.